Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. I've noticed sometimes when I say alright guys in my video, I've got a little bit of a weird accent. Alright guys, alright guys. Um, anyway, don't know why that popped into my head. Got a beer that I'm very, very excited to try, and the whole concept of this excites me, and the way that this was promoted excites me, and yeah, it's basically two of my favourite things about the brewing industry is, of course, the breweries, and then the artists coming together and producing something that is just absolutely spot on. Plus, this involves some sick merch. But yeah, so we're going back over to Northern Monk, probably my favourite brewery in the UK. And we're having another look at the Patrons Project. And this is 4.06, which is part of the Northern Tropics series. And this is the Cereal Milk IPA, 7.2% ABV, brewed with Mosaic, Cascade, Xiphos, Citra BBC, oi oi, cinnamon and vanilla. And this is brewed in collaboration with the wonderful, let me get the label peeled open, and stupendously talented Drew Millward. I mean, just look at that artwork. I just love it. Shortlist for artwork of the year, of course, because of the lighting situation. Camera doesn't do it any justice. And you can actually buy this print off Drew Millward's website, which I'm probably going to do when I get paid next. Because I just love the style, I love the characters, and do you know what? The concept of this beer really excites me. And you've probably heard me mention it when I've had a drinking more of like a stout than anything else, where it reminds me of the milk after you've had cereal, when all the the grains have absorbed all that milk. I love that. I love milk after cereal. They should carton that stuff because it would sell. Although I don't really think with the added stuff it'd have that much of a shelf life. I don't know. But yeah, so they decided to, in the Northern Tropics series, create an IPA following that concept. So I'm interested to see how that translates into IPA form. But yeah, before I get into the beer itself, so to commemorate this, Northern Monk were doing a little bit of a bundle that you could get in store, where you would get the beer, you would get a glass, which just fantastic, and then you've got the Northern Monk logo there. You'd also get a t-shirt, which is actually in the wash, so I can't show it. And it all came housed in this absolutely fantastic, although destroyed because I was an absolute animal when I opened it. I couldn't find a way to open it without ripping it all. So luckily it's not too damaged, although it's more damaged than I'd like it to. But yeah, it came in a sort of like a mock cereal box. And how depressing is that I'm in a 2 XXL. But the good thing about Northern Monk and their merch is it actually caters for people of a normal size and not just bean poles like a lot of the brewing community does, other breweries. Cloudwater. Although, no, to be fair to Cloudwater, it was just one t-shirt that was just like, this is really an extra large. Although some of the Cloudwater merch I've had recently, they seem to have sorted the sizes out. But yeah, I found a lot of brewery merch. It's like tailored more towards, and I'm not saying it's sizes, this is all just part of a joke, but it is like tailored more towards those like, stupidly uber skinny vegan drinkers. The skinny pretty indie boys who I'm not jealous of at all. Although my style completely knocks the socks off a lot of people. And I can't believe I said knock the socks off people, because who says knocks the socks anymore? But yeah, so this 2XL, it fits nicely, although with it being a white t-shirt, it's going to look awkward on a fat bastard like me anyway. But yeah, the whole bundle. And you can actually see the t-shirt there. So it's a white t-shirt, and you obviously got the Northern Monk logo in the corner. That was a style of t-shirt I used to absolutely detest, where you just have a little logo and then a design on the back, although I've come to really like that. I was like that with t-shirts with pockets as well. Used to annoy the fucking shit out of me, but I now like to buy t-shirts with pockets, especially from Uniqlo, because you've got some really interesting designs. And yeah, so a really cool little bundle, and hopefully I can get hold of a print. And just before I get into the beer review, it's going to be a long one. That's what she's never said to me. I want to give a big shout out to Drew Millward, actually, and also a big shout out to the Shipley Triangle and Gav from Shipley Triangle, who I've had the pleasure to meet when I was up that there Leeds, visiting Rob, although we're obviously in Shipley, which is outside of Leeds, but whatever. And yeah, great bottle shop. That's where I picked up my first bottle of Mikkeller Spontan, which was like my ultimate, bucket list beer. And now I found out that Beam offers like a big stack of them, so I'm probably going to buy maybe 1 or 2 bottles to sell her. But that's not the point. We're not here to talk about Beam off as much as I love Beam off. We're here to talk about Shipley Triangle. And recently, although by the time this is uploaded, it happened probably a few weeks. I think it was like not last week, but the week before anyway. But in fact, on my upload schedule, I don't think I've had anything uploaded for the past couple of days, so I'll probably be uploading this video as soon as it's recorded. But why am I talking about this? Yeah, unfortunately, Shipley Triangle suffered a break-in. And there was like a GoFundMe page that was set up, which exceeded the target anyway. And then also Drew Millward kindly donated some of his artwork, and I'm not sure if other artists were involved in it. I think it was just mainly Drew Millward, in a bit of an auction. And as of this recording, you can still get some of those items, limited like prints, on eBay, from the Shipley Triangle's own eBay page. And yeah, it's just, that's what I love about this sort of community, is as annoying as it can get with all the identity politics sort of stuff, which I do fully support, because we should be as inclusive as we possibly can, but it does get really tiresome sometimes. But yeah, that's what I really love about this community, is just how people will come together to support the independent bottle shops and things like that. And yeah, and you get a nice piece of art out of it as well. So big shout out to all those guys, and it's great to see the community coming together and supporting someone like Gav over at Shipley Triangle, which, by the way, check out that bottle shop, it's fantastic. And not too far away, you can go to Salt Beer Factory as well. Anyway, so back onto the beer. So, as is per usual, I'll quickly read the blurb. I think I've had a couple of beers from the Northern Tropics series, but I can't really remember. I won't go over Drew Millward's story, because I've talked about him before whenever there's been a label with him on it. And there's some more examples of his work. It looks a lot more vibrant in real life, trust me. It's just the lighting is not too good. So, notes from the brewer. Brewed in the north with Brian Dixon. So, it's been a while since we teamed up with a good friend, Drew. In fact, let's get some imagery there so you can see it while I read this. It's been a while since we teamed up for a good friend Drew, but when the team were reminiscing on childhood flavours, we came up with the idea to recreate that tasty residual milk at the end of a bowl of kids' cereal. We instantly knew that the label needed to be another Millward masterpiece, and it sure is. Probably my favourite Drew Millward piece of artwork up to this point. So starting with an IPA base, grist loaded with flaked oats and soft, grainy flavour of spelt, we added lactose, milk, sugar and vanilla to deliver on the creamy goodness we were seeking to recreate. For hops, we wanted to keep things balanced but fruity. We elected to lead with Mosaic and Cascade for notes of like citrus, ripe peach and berry, and back them up with ever-popular Citra and lesser-known Zyphos, another US variety which delivers distinct notes of pineapple juice. We also added cinnamon at 2 stages, firstly in the whirlpool, and secondly at the end of fermentation, enough to complement but not overpower the fruity dry hop. So, sounds absolutely wonderful. I've not seen or heard any reviews of this one yet, but I'm sure it's gone down well. And look at that, lovely, lovely glass. I do like that a lot. Just that. See, I've been toying with getting a tattoo, right? And I would love to get like one of Drew Millward's like characters as a tattoo, because I just think that would translate beautifully as a tattoo. And how many times can I say tattoo? One sentence. So let's give this a pour and see what we get. I did have an elaborate plan to film this, like sort of sat at the at the dinner table with a bowl of cereal, have that all set up, maybe even put some effort into the framing and lighting of the video. But I've held off from drinking this for about a couple of weeks, and I'm really in the mood to get it done. So I'm just doing a normal beer review. So anyway, beer in the glass then, and that's what we like to see. Pretty much fairly accurate to what it looks like in person. Of course, light is catching it. Light always seems to catch these hazy IPAs really nicely. But there we go. That's sort of what it looks like. Murky, turbid. It's pineapple juice and mango puree all the way, with about 2 fingers worth of a nice white looking head. And it's certainly looking good in this glass. So let's see if we can get anything on the nose. It's all about those hops. Loads of citrus. There's a very subtle tropical edge, a little bit of pine resin. I am getting that sort of slight cinnamon character. Underneath those hops, do you know what? You're kind of getting that cereal milk. Sort of like, you know, you've had like honey nut cornflakes or something like that, or Cheerios. But those hops are obviously more dominant in there. But yeah, it's smelling lovely. It's really nice, gentle, smooth, rounded. Not too bombastic. How many times do I say that word? Not too in your face. How many times do I say that? It's just gentle. But it's got bags full of flavour. Smells lovely. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. And you know what? They kind of nailed it. I mean, of course, would it be actually like drinking cereal milk with those hops added? Probably not. It's going to be a hard thing to recreate in this style of beer, but you do get that. One thing I would say is that lactose and that vanilla are right up there. See, I'm not usually a big fan of really punchy vanilla. I find it to be really sickly as a flavour when it's done too much, but this... that was good. Yeah, the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm getting that cereal milk. That's really bizarre. But then it's backed up with a really nice hop build. This isn't the hoppiest IPA I've had. This isn't going to be the hoppiest IPA that Northern Monk have done. But it's still got bags full of juicy flavour. And that lactose is giving it a little bit of sourness. The cinnamon is really nicely incorporated in this beer. It's not too harsh, doesn't leave you with that aftertaste and that sort of texture that cinnamon can give you on your tongue. I tell you what, they've matched that cinnamon, vanilla and milk sugar. They've blended it perfectly. And then it's complemented so nicely by those fruity hops, which makes it nice and it lifts it up a little bit. It's not too heavy, although it is got bags full of lactose in there. Yeah, it's got a little bit of tang. Almost going towards that slight sour IPA territory. But it's just a damn good drinkable 7.2% IPA. Is it blow me away? No. I've had much more in your face hoppy experiences from Northern Monk, but the style that they were trying to nail, they've done it as good as you could in a style of beer like this. I know there's been a bit of a wave of like like French toast IPAs, and what's that? I can't remember what that American brewery is, but they're like doing all these like big desserty IPAs. I can't remember what they're called. I know you can get a few of their cans here and there. I can't remember what they are, but you'll know who I'm talking about. But yeah, it's damn good. That's really nice. They've done another good job. It's just Northern Monk doing a hazy IPA again, and they've done it absolutely wonderfully. Yeah, I really like that. I really, really do like that. It's still, for me, one of the best, if not the best, artwork of 2019. And the beer inside, not too shabby either. So in terms of a rating then, for the Northern Tropics Cereal Milk IPA, I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. It's Northern Monk doing an absolutely stellar beer, as per usual. And it's complemented beautifully by Drew Millward's wonderful artwork. And it encompasses what I love about this world. It really, really does. And I love the sort of theatrics of it. It's like an event, but it's a beer. But yeah, I am devastated that I've done this to the box. But you know what? They've done this. They did the whole chopsticks thing with the ramen yuzu IPA that they did. I like this sort of stuff. Is it a little bit gimmicky? Yeah, but it's fun and it works. And thankfully, the beer inside speaks for itself. And yeah, if you like cereal milk, then you're gonna love this one. Although I still think that for that sort of character, it is best suited for like a darker beer. But they've done it. They've done it here. They've done a damn good job. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of this now. So yeah, if you've tried this one, then let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Go check out Northern Monk. Go check out Drew Millward. Even though I'm sure in the past I've called him Drew Millard. So I do apologise, Drew, if you're watching this. And yeah, go check out his artwork. It's absolutely fantastic. And of course, go check out my Patrons Project playlist, because I absolutely love the Patrons Project. I absolutely love Northern Monk. Am I a bit of a fanboy? Yes, I am, but I don't care. And yeah, lovely, lovely stuff. So if you tried it, love to hear your thoughts, opinions. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later in a much more condensed video. See you guys later.